Hey guys, welcome to Bernard Feroz channel, and today I'll be giving you guys tips on how to stop procrastinating. I know some of us here might feel a particular form of dread or anxiety when you think about that task or assignment that necessity has laid upon you to do. And most of the time, this task, if you're like most people, you find yourself saying, hey, maybe I'll start this task tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, I'll start it tomorrow. The next day comes, maybe I'll start it the next day. You continue this process all to find out that it's a day to the due date and you have done nada. Like, nichivo, nothing. Or taking any action to actually complete that goal. Yeah, it's annoying. So, my first tip is take it one bite at a time. Now, there's a particular saying I like so much, which is Rome wasn't built in a day. Now, Rome was arguably one of the most powerful empires that ever existed in the history of the world, basically. So now, why were they so powerful? Now, this came to be because of the series of successive victories that they attained over decades of their existence during their time. So yeah, let's take a page from Rome. That task or that project, when you try to break it down into little successive victories, you actually break the illusion of the task being so big that you actually are paralyzed into taking any action. Now, our brain has a way of tricking us into making tasks actually seem bigger than they actually are. When you go into the exercise of actually breaking it down, breaking the project that you want to do into its fundamentals, basically, you actually realize that that task was not as big as you actually presumed it to be. And it's just, it just gives you this vibe to actually just go ahead and complete it. Yeah. So first step, one bite at a time. Now my second point is do what you like first. Now you've broken the task into its rawest form, into its true state, or into the micro level. Once you've done that, I'll advise that you start tasks that you actually enjoy doing. For example, it could be, you could enjoy writing, or if it's a project that involves some research, that requires you to talk to people. Maybe you could do the talking to people part first, and yeah, pick in that list or array of tasks that you need to do. Pick the one that appeals to you, and just do it. Yeah, Nike style. Just do it. Yeah. So yeah, pick what you like first. Now the third tip. Now this is one of my favorites. Is trick yourself. This is pretty much the same strategy we use for Instagram. Maybe you come home from a long day and you think, hey, maybe 10 minutes of Instagram won't hurt. And you pick up your phone. 10 minutes turns into 15 minutes, which trickles down into 30 minutes, which eventually trickles down into an hour. And an hour then transforms into 3 hours on your phone. Now, where did it all start? It started with, hey, let's do this for 10 minutes. Now, that same strategy, if you use it for your task, now it could be, for example, you have a task waiting for you or a project waiting for you, and you don't feel like doing it. If you're like me, you always don't feel like doing it. Yeah, you could trick yourself by, hey, and making a deal with yourself. You'll be like, hey, Bernard, let's try and do this for just 10 minutes. And if you don't like it, you call it quits and just go back to bed and do what you want to do. We both know that's a lie. So yeah, you trick yourself. You could be like, okay, let's just try doing it for 10 minutes. Maybe 10 minutes won't hurt. Now, when you start, now there's this thing with starting. Like the whole essence of you tricking yourself is just to get you to start. Now, when you start, starting has it has a vibe of its own. Like when you start something, even if it's just for 10 minutes or for 5 minutes, eventually you find yourself spending more time than you actually initially wanted to spend. So the whole aim is to trick yourself into starting. So once you start, you've gotten the ball rolling, and building momentum from that first 10 minutes eventually trickles down. I don't know about you, but for me, I end up doing far more than 10 minutes. So hope it works for you. Yeah. So now the fourth tip I like to use to break the spell, to set deadlines. Now, Okay, now, like I said, deadlines can be counterintuitive, but like I said earlier, when you've broken down your tasks into the micro level, set deadlines on those micro levels. They're so small that you actually have a better chance of meeting the deadline of a smaller task than the deadline of a much more massive task. And there are many apps out there. You could use your calendar app to set a deadline. You could use your to-do list app to set a deadline. And if you haven't seen my video on productivity tips or my productivity tips, yeah, I really try my best to expatiate on the whole application side of it. Yeah, use deadlines. The question for today is, what other tips do you use to break your procrastination spell? Please share it with us. Put it on the comment below so we can all share and break this spell together. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like, and if you want to see more of my content, please subscribe. Have a great time, and remember to always keep it real. Bye guys.